Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to your favorite place to be. We are back here on a Wednesday, January 14th. Going to be jumping into some stuff. Going to be jumping into some Dash related changing events, Monero, Zcash. I'm going to kind of recap a couple things here. So before we do that, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, here we go, drop that.
Welcome back, guys. You are back here on the channel. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. We're going to jump into a couple little things here, guys. Obviously, the prices of a couple different coins are on the move, so we're going to jump into those. Obviously, being a Wednesday, it's good to see this price action. So hope you're doing well, guys. We'll jump into it. A lot of prices on the move here. We're going to go over it. Is there some kind of lag here with my voice? I hope so. What's up, guys? So lagging on the voice, not lagging on the prices. Prices are generally up today. Crypto market overall coming in at about 3% up, 3.28 trillion US dollars. Fear and greed index has moved a little bit more into the neutral zone. Again, guys, take this with a grain of salt. Some of these analytical data points are kind of just there, right? It's not really a representation of the market. But your top 24-hour gainers are the same 7-day gainers. We saw an increase on Dash Coin. We saw an increase on Monero. $789 Monero has now led some people to remain bullish, guys. And as well as Dash, we saw a jump on Dash yesterday. It's now clipping in at 100% up for the week. It's doubled in price. Just a few days ago, it was around the $45 range. It's 50% up in the last 24 hours. The last 2 days have produced another 50%. And the general market is doing pretty good, guys. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of stuff take place. So with this being the case, we'll kind of have to see what's going on with various things towards the end of the week, and to see if some of this stuff materializes, see if it actually materializes into upward price gains. So, basically, what is this right here? So we're going to skip that. We're going to skip some of this stuff. Let's focus on the prices today. Looks like we're freezing up here. God damn it. Just a little bit of an issue here, but not to worry, not to worry, not to worry, not to worry. Come right back to you. So a little technical difficulty here. Let me just do something here, guys. Sorry, I apologize. One-man show here. So I got an issue going to be remedying the issue of the setup here coming in this week. I got a little box from Amazon. It's gonna really speed up the processes on what we're doing here on the channel, because this stuff does throw us off here a bit, right? We're not ready for this, and then when it crashes, we're kind of left dealing with it. So yeah, prices, guys, like I said, on the move. Things are generally going in the right direction here, and with the positive price action, it significantly gets people looking at a variety of different coins. This week it's Monero. This week it is Dash. I like to think people are still looking at Zcash despite the news that people have been hearing. We kind of touched on that on the last video. I also wanted to kind of recap. What's up, fool? Yeah, and I've also kind of wanted to recap here with the Zcash run. We did a video on it yesterday, but I don't feel like a lot of people watched it. Okay, and when a lot of people don't watch it, and they come down to the live stream, we want to hit it with you guys again. There was a issue with Zcash here that we were looking at. There was some circulating news on the internet about why Zcash was going down, why Monero was taking market share from Zcash. This stuff could not have been farther from the case. So what happened was Zcash 2024, they eliminated the multi-sig direct deposit to the electric coin company, which was the company that was responsible for like the Zashi wallet, all these different things. That direct deposit from the mining block reward was non-existent anymore. So the electric coin company essentially was not getting paid for over a year. The following year, with the last upgrade that took place, eliminated the 20% portion of the block reward to basically vanish from anything other than the miners. So the miners are getting 100% of the block reward now. The Zcash Foundation, which was getting like 8% since 2024 to 25, turn that off. I don't want that on. So no, I don't want that on. So we're trying to make the live stream better for you here, guys. So just FYI, this is kind of part of it. So just turn it back down. Yeah, just turn it off. I can't even fucking see. So basically, guys, what was going on was there was a 20% block reward in 2000 prior to 2024. 8% of that went to, or 7 or 8% went to directly to the electric coin company to further the ongoing developments that we've now seen on Zcash, upgrades, these different things, these different products that were built on Zcash. And, that was one aspect of it. Part of another 8% was going to the Zcash Community Grants Project, which is basically you can vet a proposal to do some type of upgrade on Zcash, or you can build out a wallet or anything like this. You can like basically that's what this was. And then there was also the treasury, right? So after 2024 into 2025, Electric Coin Company was essentially not getting paid. Now there is one person that is on the Zcash board, bootstrap board, which is Michelle Lai. She was also working with Electric Coin Company, and basically that to me doesn't make too much sense. So I'm actually going to be doing a deep dive video into that at a future date. But basically, Zcash, the way Zcash was set up prior to this is totally different from how Zcash is currently set up, which is a completely decentralized network of computers. And I used to be kind of against this 20% miners block reward going towards, these various things. But when you think about it, guys, Zcash has gotten a ton of new development, a ton of new upgrades, a ton of new, just in general, it's like light years ahead of Bitcoin now at this point. So Zcash has really came to the front line and center of kind of the crypto community. It was the best performing coin of last year. Now we're seeing Monero take off, which is only going to fuel more fire to the ongoing privacy narrative. And as the EU ban on privacy coins is supposed to be expected, for last I heard, was this time or about a year and a half away. All this stuff could change, right? We could see Monero, we could see Zcash, we could see Horizon, we could see Firo, we could see Xano, we could see privacy functions like CoinJoin on Dash, we could see Cash Fusion on Bitcoin Cash. We could see all these coins that are tying into this privacy narrative, including Charles Hoskinson recently, if you haven't noticed, has been really pushing this sidechain on Cardano, which is a privacy-focused sidechain called Midnight. So there's like a lot of different community people that are kind of going for this privacy thing. So I do expect it to continue gaining momentum, as well as continuing to be kind of on the forefront of the crypto narrative into this year. So jumping into the prices, guys, obviously prices are, much more clear on what we're going here. I did have a Binance article pulled up here. It's released on Binance Square from the Cryptopolitan, Cryptolitan, Cosmopolitan, right? The privacy coin narrative is not abandoned, as much more attention has shifted to legacy coins. XMR and Dash extended their rallies with a growing mind share. Privacy coins are back, with attention to time shifting to Monero as the leading coin. Legacy assets like Dash, I would consider Monero a legacy asset as well, also increased its influence in the past few days. Privacy coin narrative demonstrated its strength despite the slowdown of Zcash, which is again up today. So by the time they write this article, the narrative has already changed. Zcash is actually back up, rallying with Monero. We're going to pull up the prices for you as well, which was the original runner into last year, as we know. Currently, XMR has taken the role of the leading privacy coin, extending its rally to new all-time highs. It is the largest privacy coin by market cap. Yesterday, it was on spot number 12. I believe it was right under Bitcoin Cash and Cardano. The Cryptopolitan reported earlier, XMR had a series of new records, which are now turning into even more dramatic trend. So XMR becomes a private coin leader while Zcash consolidated above 400, which it's up today, by the way. Extended its rally, the coin expanded to 679. It's up another $100 today, marking a series of records within minutes on Tuesday. The recent XMR meant some early Monero supporters from the 2018 bull run are finally in the profit with an all-time high peak. I don't really agree with that, guys. Obviously, Monero went up in 2018 super high, but it also, like earlier in the year, and we'll pull up the graph for that to kind of showcase it. A lot of people a lot of people were already up majorly on Monero. I mean, it was literally under like $40, under $30 when I started looking at it. I got, so with that price fluctuation, we have, that would be the case only if people jumped in on Monero in like the latter part of 2017 bull run. We also saw Monero, go up a lot more than that at the end of 2017. I'm going to pull that up for you on the chart here. We'll look at the linear chart here. Back here in August, July, September, Monero was at under $35. And that prior year, let's pull up something else here. I want to look at World Coin Index. We're going to pull up for you Monero price on the chart here to show you kind of, guys, what's going on. So this is the rally that they're talking about people are up from. Finally in the green. Yeah, finally in the green if you bought at the very end of the rally, right? This is when the market peaked sometime in January around the Bitcoin Cash fork. This is when the euphoria was in full effect. But Monero had already climbed from under $1, right? Monero had been around for 2-3 years, actually 4 years, excuse me, 3.5 years, somewhere around there. And it had been kind of like in between this dollar range, 50-cent range. I started first hearing about Monero when it was at about, right about here, June, July, August. It was about 40 or 50 bucks. I remember specifically because that's right when I got into crypto. And there was the token Monaco and Monero. And I was trying to wrap my head around not only the two names, but kind of the differences in the two. Monero was kind of like this up-and-coming thing that rallied, and kind of the same narrative has transpired into the current day. Where, like I said, we're up almost to $800. Looks like we touched $799 somewhere on some exchange. So basically, Monero, guys, is now the top privacy coin, right? It's by market cap the top privacy coin, and you know, here on the channel, we're kind of looking at that. We're kind of showcasing it today because it is on the move, right? It is on the move. It's literally gaining popularity on the internet in like more like just the crypto community, not so much, you know, not so much like the mainstream news. They're talking more about like Bitcoin related stuff and stuff like that. So it's not so apparent if you're not in the crypto community, but you know, at the same time, it is a very popular topic among cryptocurrency people that are actually in the space. So let's see what people are saying here. Dash looks like it's ready to join the big bros, XMR. And the thing with Dash, guys, and I do want to pull it up, is that Dash is at a significantly lower market cap. I mean, like when we say significant, Monero is a massive market cap. It's gained, I believe, 2 billion since yesterday on the market cap. It's up 100%. So this time last week, it's theoretical to say we were sitting somewhere around the $9 billion market cap or under. It's actually past Bitcoin Cash, it looks like today, at spot number 11. But these are mammoth, like, these are Goliath market caps right here. All right. These are not, once you start getting in like the top 20, top 25, 30, the market caps are huge. I mean, even at, you know, Litecoin market cap is like probably going to rise as well. You might ask why. Well, the whole market cap's moving on all the top coins. And these are actually big numbers that are moving. These aren't like, this isn't like some shit coin going up 200-300% and the market cap still being at like, you know, 200 million. You know, we're talking about top 10 coins that are, how do we say this? Becoming even larger, right? Becoming even larger. Like I said, Bitcoin Cash, I expect Bitcoin Cash to kind of somewhere join in this rally as well because it has privacy functions. It's kind of like why Dash is kind of in this topic of privacy. Like Dash isn't a private coin. It's got a private option. It's got private send, which is coin join, which basically scrambles the inputs and outputs to make it harder for surveillance to track your specific transaction. This is totally different than Monero. A lot of people hear the word privacy and they think the privacy stuff is like all the same. Not the take, not the take on Monero, not the take on really any cryptocurrency. I mean, I guess you could say Zcoin, you know, or sorry, Fyro with ZK Snarks kind of fits into that, but then also it uses Lelantis privacy tools as well. So it's like all these privacy coins are totally different from one another. They are, you know, you got Decred as well, but you know, up today. I mean, I didn't even notice this. Decred is up 28%. Horizon up as well, 23%, 33% for the week, 43% for the 7-day period. So it's not just Monero, it's not just Zcash, it's not just Dash. It's a broader market move that we're seeing here with a variety of privacy coins reaching higher highs. But like back to Dash, we were pulling up Dash here. See how far Dash is down on the totem pole. It's crazy to think, guys, that Zcash was just on page 2 a few weeks ago. Like, it really is astonishing. Looks like that Monad coin has dropped as well. We did a video on that as well. Looks like it's fallen down on the top 100 to top 200 now. It looks like it's fallen quite a lot here. So let's look at two things. Let's look at Monad and let's look at Dash. These are two topics that we've been kind of following over the last couple weeks. I think Ravencoin, on a side note, was going to go through a halving event soon. So I don't know if you guys are following Ravencoin. I know people on the channel have asked about it. Let's give this in descending order. We're all over the place, so let's kind of put it back into focus here. January 18th. So we got 4 days until the Ravencoin halving. Okay, just FYI. And back to Dash. Let's pull it up here. Actually, I think Dash has hit the top. Yeah, Dash has actually rose. Holy shit. We're at $1 billion market cap now on Dash. That's why I wasn't able to find it here. So let's find Dash here. It's $1 billion market cap. It's probably still towards the bottom. Holy shit. Dash has really climbed, guys. It's literally climbed 100 spots almost. I believe Dash has climbed not only 100% for the week, but almost like 100 spots. Dash was literally down halfway down the page on spot 200 just like last week. So it looked like it was just last week where that was the case. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that Dash is it's appreciating against dollars. We'll pull it up against Bitcoin. Maybe it's appreciating against Bitcoin as well. Not really noticing really. People aren't really noticing that. It doesn't look like too much. So, we go back and forth on a lot of these topics, guys, because it's really the same topics. It's the same stuff we've been talking about. It does tie into the privacy narrative. It does tie into what we're doing here on the channel in terms of like the coins that we choose to promote. So I would kind of go to say that coins to keep on your radar for this year are kind of the ones to keep on the radar from last year. I mean, people weren't talking about Monero as much as Zcash was going up, but as the narrative kept going in the same direction, it wasn't like, I don't think crypto people were surprised to see Zcash up. You know what I'm saying here? So, these different topics get kind of circulated in the same fashion. And it was like not ironic to see Charles Hoskinson like bring up Zcash on his podcast, right? And then like go further to introduce this side chain on Cardano Midnight, which is actually, it's a top 100 token already. So there's all these topics. There's quite a few topics that are kind of generally the same topic. And a lot of times what we see with crypto is like, we're seeing major topics push the current narrative, right? We're seeing privacy being at the top. We're seeing all the other stuff being like Bitcoin related. The government's doing this, things that are true, right? Things that are actually really happening in the world of crypto, but not really getting people's bags up. Like people aren't getting massive price gains on, a lot of the news that people are talking about. It's more or less just, these CNBC people talking about Monad and, they're not bringing up Monero. Okay, we'll talk to you about that. They're really not. And I guess what I'm saying is it's not surprising, right? It's not surprising that we see Monero climb to spot number 11, gain $2 billion in market cap overnight, rally over 100% in a week. Dash, the same thing. This has been 2-day gains. And, the crypto people that are in crypto for these specific reasons, they are, they're kind of rejoicing that the mainstream media is not talking about this, because when the mainstream media is talking about something, guys, it's usually time to, in our heads, think maybe the market's a little overvalued, right? Or why are they telling us this stuff? Why do they want us to? Why is this entity telling me to buy this, or why they're invested in this? People don't give out their investments until they're already in them, and that they want to dump their investment onto someone else. A lot of the coins we talk about here on the channel are community-driven projects that are, they're cap supply, they're deflationary. Monero is a truly fungible crypto, which is, Bitcoin is not. A lot of cryptos are not, because they can be traced back. The people can, governments can can track Bitcoin. If somebody sends you a Bitcoin transaction, you can see how much Bitcoin they have in their balance. You can't do that with Monero. You can't do that with Zcash Transparent. You can't do it with Fyro, and you can't do it with Zano. So, these are not the things that people are going to be talking to you about on the internet, because this isn't what this isn't what CNBC hedge funds are paying to go on the network to talk about. What they're going on the network to talk about is why you should be invested in Monad, and why we should be talking about all the hype around crypto while subtly inserting that they're invested in monads. These investors just go boing, they have a little epiphany moment. Oh, look what he just said. He just said I'm gonna go run and buy it. And a lot of times it's staged in the fashion. Oh, well, it's only at, the coin's only at this price. Oh, it's a good price point. So they do these little psychological things to like mind fuck you. But really, it's the core foundational things that people are in crypto for, like the actual crypto people. Um, this stuff just goes right over, one ear out the other, right over our head. We're not really paying attention too much about it. With the prices being the way they are, that's all we really got to focus on. Like Dash, could Dash be a top 25 coin here soon? Yeah, it could. I mean, it's literally at $1 billion market cap. It's 80 bucks. 3 times 8's 24, plus the original is 32. So you're at 320 bucks. You're now sitting at fucking spot 20. You're up here with SHIB. You're up here with HBAR. You're creeping up to Litecoin. So, we've seen this with Zcash. We saw it with Dash before. We saw it, Dash was kind of trailing behind Zcash. Some people on the internet, Caesar Gets Crypto, another channel you guys watch frequently, was talking about this. But Zcash kind of, not really doing explosive price action, although it is up to $435. We have not made it to top 10 coins. I think we did make it to top 10 coins briefly when it was touching a little over 700 US dollars. But, that's like what, 35, 40% from where we're currently at. So, yeah, I mean, really, guys, really the stuff here is generally the same. It's the same kind of market manipulation that we see time in and time out with crypto. It's not so much new stuff. It's more kind of the same topics, just kind of in a different fashion. We see the same topics for the crypto people circulate, just as we see the mainstream news talk about various topics that continue to circulate as well. It's just a matter of being able to decipher from what is really important in crypto, right? Privacy, decentralization, things like this. And then what is an order book, and why are people on the news talking about something that isn't important but has vested interest in that order book? Like I said, I used the example Monad the other week. That's just one example. We saw the same thing with Solana back fucking 2 years ago at this point. Can you believe it? 2 years ago, where I told you it's not that Solana's a scam. It's just that the current narrative and debate around Solana at these higher prices, in my eyes, create overvaluation, as well as Solana is scammy. Remember, you guys liked that video? A lot of people went back and watched that video years after. That was in 2024, guys. Okay, that's the funny part. That was literally 2 years ago. And basically, it kind of played out exactly how we thought. Solana's went up over 200. Obviously when Bitcoin hit higher, it went higher as well, but it wasn't like Solana just kept edging up. And we know people didn't get in to Solana at $9 when we were talking about it here on the channel, going, holy shit, we're in a bear market. Solana's at $9. Nobody was doing that. And again, I'm not looking for people to be like, oh, you called it out on Solana. What I'm trying to get people to understand is the narratives when you hear it, and when investors are placing buy and sell orders mathematically in their order book. So that's the difference. It goes back to the same topics of, why are we hearing about it now? Why are we hearing about Zcash so much now and not a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when I was telling you, hey guys, it's at 20 bucks. Holy shit. Zcash is at $20. What are we doing here? Why is Zcash at $20 and nobody's talking about it? So again, it's not a case of I told you so. It's a case of what is it? What is it that drives the market? It's the same thing. It's the same thing that drives stocks. The psychological element and then the mathematical element of the order book, right? Of the order book, and that's what it's always been, guys. That is what stocks and crypto and all these things are. They're asset classes that people get into early. They build out positions early, and then when retail traders pile in, they typically dump, right? And they make money on the way up as well because, like I said, it's a mathematical. They have people that are like people that build out trading algorithms are also the people that build out these order books, and they're basically allowed to capture any gains, all gains, anywhere up. Like if you look at companies like Berkshire Hathaway, if you look at like major companies, they have mathematical order books that use derivative products to profit on the price going up, as well as now with all the things in crypto going down. The same stuff applies. Going up or going down, they're making money. It's not just off the transaction rate either, or the transaction rate on the exchange. The exchanges are making money because they have mathematical positions in a fashion to make money on their order book. That's exactly what happens, in stocks. It's exactly what happens in crypto. It's exactly what happens in commodities, futures, any of these things, right? And they're all tied together. So I think that's about all we got today, guys. I got to go. We're going to be doing I don't know if it's going to be a live stream. I'm going over to a YouTube channel here called The Coin Zone. I'll be doing an interview with the operator over there. So we're going to be going, cutting out the live stream. I do want to do a couple videos with no immediate timestamp on when those videos are, but on, more of these in-depth discussions. We're going to try to get this studio set up a little bit over here. She ordered me a box here that's going to be able to create a better bandwidth in the camera that we got hooked up, and hopefully that'll be in the next day or two. I should be able to pick it up tomorrow. So sorry about the delays. We'll make the crypto live stream here a little bit better, kind of ongoing towards the end of the week, hopefully, if everything pans out with some of this new equipment that we're getting here. And if you guys got anything, drop it in the comments. We're trying to make the live stream better. All right, that's kind of the idea here. And there's going to be some obvious growing pains with that until we can get it better, but it's the best we can do. The webcam on my computer is not functioning properly. And we've had some issues with setting up this camera and getting some steady bandwidth here to give us the high definition. But I hope you guys are seeing the difference in the audio and the camera setup we got. It will only get better. We will only continue to improve it. Like I said, she's ordered some stuff. She's helping me out tremendously with it. So until we see you next time, take care.